Hi guys, today we have a very special guest, Alex from Selling Key, who'll be giving us a market update about property in Canning Vale. Welcome.
Thank you. To be here.
So, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for your time. Just wanted to get your thought on what is the current trend at the moment for house prices in Canning Vale and surrounding markets. What are your thoughts on it, man?
Well, things are going pretty crazy still.
Okay.
There's no signs of any slowing down.
Oh wow.
The buyer numbers are still pretty rock solid.
Yeah.
The amount of people selling is still very low, which is of course the main reason why prices are going up.
Yeah.
I mean, we may see some change in that over summer.
Yeah.
Summer tends to be a time when people sell more, so there does tend to be an increase in supply.
Yeah.
Is that going to put the brakes on the momentum? Probably not.
Gotcha.
I think you would need to see some pretty major increase in supply before areas like Canning Vale or Thornley, Willetton, Pierre Waters, Southern River, these sort of pockets were affected.
Yeah.
Yeah. The supply is just rock solid. People want to live here.
Yeah.
These are not areas people settle on.
It is a good suburb.
Great suburb. Yeah. And I think
I live in Canning Vale, so I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but it's definitely a great suburb.
Yeah, I mean, we're a bit biased. I've been here 30 plus years, but I mean, people want to live here.
Yeah.
They don't need to live here.
Yeah.
They want to live here. So
just want to get your thought on what's the average houses been selling for like a 3x2, 4x2 at the moment.
Well, I mean, the average 3x2 in Canning Vale in particular is sort of you're 800. I think the average online is about 800. I mean, we just sold a 3x2 for 890.
Wow.
Or 870, something like that. So you can still push that limit. The 4x2s, I'm still very disappointed to see some people selling 4x2s under $1 million, but we're doing our best to push all the 4x2s to well over $1 million.
Wow.
I mean, we just put one on for $1,080,000, and we sold at $120,000 higher for 1.2.
Yeah.
So this is an example. If you can manage that demand well, places like Canning Vale can be astronomical.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's just the amount of people interested. It's not that hard. It's like going fishing and there's 20 fish trying to jump on the hook.
Yeah.
Or it's hard. It's hard not to do well, but you still got to look for the big fish.
Yeah.
And they're out there. Yeah.
Interesting.
The days on market. I mean, there's still agents. Taking 2 months to sell some houses, but I mean, we're getting everything done in a week. With multiple offers. So.
So the demand for property in Canning Vale seems still to be very strong. Yeah. So average days, how much you reckon? How many days you reckon? Did you say?
Well, I think the average days on market is somewhere between 30 and 60 days. But like I said, that's always seemed confusing to me because we sell everything in a week. And not cheap. We sell it expensive. So I think that you've just got to be decisive with the buyers are lining up. They're trying to give you their money. They're trying to buy houses. So all you have to do is, sort of help clients, sellers and buyers to find something that matches them. But the people lining up, they miss out on 3-4 houses in a row. I mean, you must deal with that. Helping people with the loans
every day.
Frustrated.
Every day.
So it's simple processes to line up that supply with the demand.
So I think I think it's a really good time at the moment for people who are trying to upgrade their house from Canning Vale. I think it's a good time to sell for sure.
Well, I mean, we've helped clients of yours to sell and do that transition.
Exactly.
But I mean, how much work are we putting in for the prep? You're having to line all their finances up, pre-approvals or bridging loans or whatever, and we're prepping photos, adverts. We're getting all the marketing ready, and we're both just sat there ready to pull the trigger, and then they find a house, bam, get it done.
Everything line up.
You just got to line. The worst thing I think you must be seeing with clients is people that wait until they find a house to buy, and then they try and begin everything.
Correct.
This is the worst thing that we're seeing.
Yeah. Interesting. So moving on to rental, I just want to get your thought on what are the the market like for rental property for people looking for rent property in Canning Vale?
The rental market's very interesting. At the moment, it seems to be softening a little bit across the whole country.
Yeah.
Demand is still pretty strong in Canning Vale, but we're seeing we're definitely seeing a slight decrease in the average rent.
Right. Okay, that's interesting.
Which I think has just come from a vast increase in supply of rentals. So a lot of investors, from the first third of the year, they're all settling and launching. So now the volume is increasing. So, I mean, we're still getting good rents for people. We're still giving landlords sort of the options to pick the sort of tenants they're interested in. But I mean, frankly, not to go on a tangent, but the recent laws that the government's put in to do with limiting our ability to push rents has been extremely intuitive or not good for landlords. Now, obviously, they've done these changes to help the working, the average tenant applicant. So it's good for them. So I think things are at a sort of a happy level point now. But there's definitely some landlords that wish they got an extra $20 or $30 a week.
For people who not aware, if you can reiterate, what's the changes that the government has made for rental? You can tell us that.
The major change we've seen is that it's illegal for real estate agencies to basically treat rentals the same way we treat sales. Where in sales, we're doing everything we can to maximize the dollars. And the government has fundamentally made that almost impractical or illegal in the rental. So, and this is frustrating because sometimes, you might have a house on for, let's just pluck a number, $800 a week. And then someone absolutely wants this house, but someone else has offered more. So now it's illegal for us to tell that person that someone else has offered more.
Right.
So it's a bit, there's good, like anything in life, there's good elements and bad elements to the law. So I think there's a balancing act to it. Other changes, I mean, we're not allowed to discriminate against people with pets anymore.
Right.
Predominantly dogs. Which I think, I'm a dog owner. I think that's a good change. I think most dogs are not a problem. Most of the problem with pet owners are sometimes the owners, not the pet. So, there's a few other little changes as well, but those are the two major ones that have affected it. I mean, in places like Melbourne, I've heard that things have changed a lot because they've put in even more aggressive changes. So I think the government in WA needs to sort of let that settle. I think it's working. It's softened rents a little bit. The supply is high, so I think things are balanced at the moment for landlords and tenants. I feel good about the market.
That's good because we've been having some rental issue as well, so I think that's good news for people who's looking for houses for rent.
I think that tenants should be less stressed now than they have been over the last 12 months. That we have tenants call us and say, I'm panicking because someone's put my house up for sale and I need to be out in 3 months. And we say, well, there's enough supply. I mean, we'll help you if we can, but there's enough supply out there where I don't think people should be panicking unless they have bad rental history or something like that. Something intangible, tangible.
Interesting.
Great.
Thank you so much for the market update. That was super interesting. Again, if some of these guys want to reach out to you, what would be the best way?
Just Google Selling Key Real Estate and give me a call, send me a text. We help people to sell, we help people to rent, and we help people to obviously find houses if they're shopping. We help people do a lot of prep work, so we send a lot of people your way to get pre-approvals, to get structures in place. Bridging loans is a strategy. It's not just buy and sell. There's a lot of there's so much more we can do. And let me tell you, the buyers and the sellers and the tenants and the landlords that are not prepared, haven't done prep at the moment, they are suffering. They're the ones that suffer. Everybody else, if you're organised, life is easier. Not easy, but easier. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay.
And then it was